Hey guys, Troy here. I want to share with you my very latest acquisition. It's this one right here. I absolutely love vintage pens. If you watch this channel for any length of time, you know that I do. And my second favorite brand is a Sheaffer, especially the older Sheaffers. This particular one here is probably from the 1920s or so, based upon the dates that are on it for all the patents that are registered, which all tend to look to be somewhere in the teens. But it's a Sheaffer Oversized Senior. It's got a flat top, and you can see that white dot up top. It's got the Sheaffer name on the clip. And I'll show some nice close-up pictures. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to rob the pictures from the listing from Antique Digger, from his eBay listings. I picked this one up. He had a bunch of pens that were going up for auction, and so I sat back and watched, and I bid on pretty much all of them, and I managed to snag this one out of the lot. So it's got the black pearl, the black and pearl celluloid. I like celluloid pens because they've got a lot of character to them. The black and pearl was never really my favorite of the celluloids that were out there. And got to be honest with you, whenever you see pictures of them, you go, doesn't look so great. But once you get it in your hand and you look at it, it kind of grows on you. As a matter of fact, I had this one here that I shared with you guys. This is one that I had restored. It was pretty grungy. It didn't work. It needed a new sack, a good cleaning, so I tore it apart, cleaned it up, polished it up, put a new sack on it, and actually turned out to be a really good pen. I can't show you how this one writes right now because I'm talking just recently. It ran out of ink, so it's time for me to clean it rather than go ahead and show it. But I've already shown you that, and I'll put a link to the video where I showed you that particular pen. But this is the little brother to this one right here. So it's got the same, exact same celluloid. Now you can tell the difference. Let's say on this one, the cap and the body all seem to be in really good shape as far as its coloration. This one here that I just got was probably listed for auction for a couple of different reasons. Primarily probably because the discoloration here on the bottom. You can tell that the cap has some really good color, and instead of being a pearl, you can see it's discolored with age. I mean, it's from the 1920s. I'm talking 100-year-old pen or so. So I'm cool with that. And number one, not only does it still seem to be in excellent physical condition, it cleaned up really, really nice. Greg did a great job restoring this particular pen. It looks shiny. It looks like it's brand new, with the exception of the discoloration down here. And it does have some personalization. So E.L. Larson, whoever you were, or may not even be alive anymore, but because of the age of the pen. But you know what? I'm really happy with it so far. It's in great condition. So this was sold as a user grade rather than collector's grade. Yes, I'm a collector, but I'm not collecting for value, and I'm not trying to fulfill some massive collection with a hole in it that I needed to get one of these. I get it because I use them. So that being said, let's go ahead and open her up. That cap band is still in really good shape, and the plating on that clip is still really, really good. White dot still in great condition there, and it's just an overall spectacular condition considering its age. And it's got the typical section that you would find, a fairly short, flared out section. Got a nice looking nib to it. I'll show you some close-up pictures of it. And this is a rather rigid nib, and I don't mind rigid nibs. I don't have to have flex. Matter of fact, to me, some of the rigid nibs are better for just plain old everyday use and writing. But it is a 14 karat gold nib. So, other than that, there's not really a whole lot to tell you. I mean, it is a lever filler. You can tell there's the typical lever, that just a plain, slender, long throw lever from Sheaffer. And got a new sack in it, fully restored. So let me show you how this baby writes. Oh yeah, a little side note too. Somebody else wanted to see how it wrote. I took a lunch break and took my bride out real quick to a local restaurant, and so I was paying for the bill with my debit card, and they want me to sign the receipt, so I whipped out this pen and was using it, and I was just looking at it, and I said, you know, Greg, I told my wife, Greg did a really good job. Well, at that particular restaurant, they are familiar with me being the local pen guy, because I have given away a bunch of pens while there. They have a brand new manager, so this guy was there, and he had no idea. Well, our waitress knew because I'd given her a pen before, and so she was telling this guy, yeah, he's in here, he's given most everybody here a pen in the past, so I ended up giving away one of my giveaway pens while there to this young guy who is a manager there. So, but this pen was being admired by the staff there, and that, you know, that led to another giveaway. So this is a 1920's Sheaffer, and this is an oversized senior with a flat top. And this is a very smooth writer. This is why I don't mind rigid nibs, because they can write very nicely. Smooth writer. I filled this with some Waterman's Intense Black. Alright, so it's a fairly wet writer, and it's a smooth writer, which tells me I am going to love using this pen a lot. But like I said, it's a very smooth, just glides across the page. And this isn't a slick Rhodia pad. This is actually a notepad that I got from my employer at one point in time, and it is fairly fountain pen friendly, and I've been using it for several years now. And this is just, you know, nothing special paper, so it writes great on this nothing special paper, and I've used it on photocopy paper and some notepads since I've been here and got it and filled it up. So very happy. I tell you what, AntiqueDigger.com. If you go to his website, not only can you find pens that are currently for sale on his website, you can also find a link to his eBay listings, or just look for his auctions tab, and you'll be able to find where you can see more auctions put out by Antique Digger. As a matter of fact, I got some more bids in on some other stuff, as I recall. If you go to AntiqueDigger.com, here's what you can do. Anything you buy there, at checkout, use promo code Troy. Promo code for your discount on any of the purchases that you make there at AntiqueDigger.com. So, check out Greg's stuff. I mean, I've been very happy. I bought a lot of stuff from him. Even what he calls user grade is still excellent, primo condition. I'm quite happy about it. He's pretty selective about the pens that he picks up and restores and puts out for sale. So I don't think he's going to steer you wrong in anything you might buy there. So I'm digging myself this the Sheaffer's 1920s oversized senior. You know, this one, I got this one here. Okay, it's small, and it still wrote pretty good. I was really happy with how nicely it turned out when I did the restoration on it. I mean, it still looks great. My only complaint about it was it's small. And quite honestly, I've got bids on 2 more that are shaped like this, but about this size. Online, so we'll see how those auctions turn out. And it's the exact same color, but you know, wasn't really a fan, like I said, of the pearl and the black, but it's kind of growing on me, especially the more pens I get with the pearl and black. So quite happy with it. Alright guys, AntiqueDigger.com. That's my latest pen acquisition, and I'm loving me some antique celluloid Sheaffer.